Hello there. Hello, beautiful.
Hey, welcome back to Fandom Fights. We got a very exciting matchup for you today. Robert Castner, Javi Madan, two gentlemen that are very good at this. Rookie of the Year 2 years ago, Javi Madan.
And Rookie of the Year 3 years ago,
Robert Castner. Whoa. Both have challenged for titles. One of them has held titles, but never, one could say, Nick, that they've just been bridesmaids, though, in singles. Never the bride. And that's why we're here today. As I've alluded to, that's Nicholas Twohig, the man with the beard. Nick, thoughts on the matchup?
I'm excited, Tim. Obviously, these were two of the four people who sort of helped me come up with the idea of like this picture where a very small amount of people who have never challenged for the belt get the chance to do that. Robert's been around in singles a long time. He's consistently one of the top-ranked players, and he himself often talks about how he's never made it there. He's been in 2 contender matches, both with multiple people in them, in a 5-way and in a triple threat. Javi's a bit newer. He had a rough season last season, but he had a great season his rookie season. So both of these guys capable of challenging for titles. One of them has a 25% chance of doing that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We were kind of talking about, not to go off too long, but we were talking about like the rankings and how like when you're new, it's really easy to like rise up, and you're new and you get wins. It's really easy to rise up. But then if you lose, you fall. And the fact that Robert has been able to consistently be around this long and stay at the top, that just means he's gaining more wins than losses. Javi playing fantastic, like you said, 2 years ago. Bit of a slower one last year. But I think he might have something up his sleeve this year. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going down. Let's go talk to them right now in the promo.
Well, it has been exactly 2.8 matches in Fandom or so it has once again time for me to manage against Robert. He truly is the jump scare of movie trivia. But we are here to make Javi a bride, or whatever they were talking about before. Javi, any thoughts for the folks at home?
No, Robert's probably gonna win. So let's do this.
Catchphrase.
Kaiser, let's be fair to me. The reason I've only been a bridesmaid is because of Joe and Brittany.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, I agree. They're not here, fortunately. I'm glad that this exists because I would really like to get that chance. I hate having that stupid monkey on my back. I would like to shake it off, ape style. That's part of this, I think. Thoughts on this?
It is. The chance is right there. It's time for us to seize it. Also, Javi, I like you. I think both of us think you're a pretty good guy, but you're in the fucking way. So get off the way.
I don't agree with anything Javi says about thinking I'm going to win. Just definitely.
Nick, thoughts on those promos?
I was also away from my computer, Tim.
I saw all of Javi's and I heard all of Robert's. I thought they were very cordial, very nice, fantastic, except for the part where Kaiser told Javi to like get out of the way or something. That was a little mean. But you know what? Whatever. I can take it. Whatever. No big deal. Nick, we want to talk about round 1?
I'll do that now. Yeah, round number 1 is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we'll say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece. Should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get in round number 1?
No. Good luck.
Kaiser's here for his meanness. FYI.
Fair. Your first question comes in the category of epic adventures. Your question is, what military rank is Norrington being promoted to at the beginning of Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl?
So I got this like new haircut like maybe like a month and a half ago, where I got like the shaved sides and the top like the cool kids do it. But now it's starting to blend a little bit. Do you think I should re-up, or I should just cut off the top so it's all even?
I go once a month. So if you said a month ago, yeah.
That didn't answer my question, but thank you.
Go back and tell them to do something different now.
I know, but which one? Pens down. Let's go to Javi.
Geez. Is it Commander?
And Robert.
Commodore 64.
Commodore is correct. So Robert will take the 1-0 lead. Your next question is going to come in the category of Law and Order. Your question is as follows. In which Law and Order movie is a man dressed as a cop shot and left in the streets as a distraction for the real crime taking place? So again, do I re-up, do the same thing, so shave down the sides, cut off a little bit more, or do I cut off the top to have it even with the sides?
I think you just got to go. It's time.
Maggie didn't like this haircut when I first came up with it.
But why?
She said that it was too different and that I would scare our child.
Ooh, that happened to me when I was young. My dad shaved his beard. I didn't know who he was.
5. Fair. It didn't scare her. 3, 2, 1. Pens down, but she does think I'm a different man. Her father left. Let's go to Robert.
Is that a good day to die hard?
And Javi.
It's at Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Both incorrect. We were looking for Bad Boys, what you gonna do? So, Nick, what's next?
Your third question will come in the category of Pixar. In A Bug's Life, during the fake bird attack, who scares Hopper by pretending to have lost their head?
I was watching football last weekend, and a noise just like that's coming out of Robert's computer happened on the television, and Maggie got like, oh my God. And I was like, it's the TV. It's okay. It's all right. That kind of just happened when Robert's thing went 5, 4. I panicked. Holy shit.
I see that.
1. It's down. Let's go to Javi.
Is it Boysenberry, Heimlich?
And Robert.
Heimlich.
Heimlich is correct. All right, guys, your next question is in the category of DreamWorks animation. In which DreamWorks movie will you hear the quote, "This was no man. Does a man have teeth the size of axe blades or ears like terrible tombstones?" Oscar worthy. I think I just was, frankly.
You're very good, yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe like Emmy.
Yeah, I'll take. You know what? I'll take it. It's one step closer to my EGOT.
Teen Choice Award. Is the T a Teen Choice Award?
It better be, or I'm fucked. 5, 4.
You mean a MEGOT,
2,
Multiplex Award?
Hands down. Hey, let's go to Robert.
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
And Javi.
Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit?
Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit is correct. Javi ties it up 2-2. What's next?
Your next question comes in the category of creature features. Who plays Mike Brody in Jaws 3D?
I asked this question to Cody. This is his response. I said Mike Brody, and he went. And then I said Jaws 3D, and he went. And then knew the answer. And I was like, you fucking asshole. He got so upset. Then he knew. 5.
That's fair.
4. You got to listen to the whole question, Cody. 1. Pens down. Let's go to Javi.
Is it Dennis Quaid?
And Robert.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, the rookie himself. 3-3. Nick, it's me. Your next question in the category of horror icons. What is the profession of the first person to be killed by someone possessed by Jason in Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday? It wasn't the final Friday, though. There were more.
How can we be sure?
Because this movie came out in the 90s and
But
20s.
in the future, they went down to the 6-day system.
2, 1, pens down. Let's go to Robert.
Said medical examiner.
And Javi.
Coroner.
I would take both, Nick. Yes.
No.
Okay. Coroner, medical examiner. So 4-4. Next question is going to come to you from Nick.
It's in the category of sci-fi icons. In Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, what is the name of the Autobot who disguises itself as a VW camper van that Noah and the others meet in Peru? Yeah.
I made Maggie watch this movie, and then she filed for divorce.
That's the appropriate. I did that.
That's
I
why
watched.
you don't see her anymore. Around here.
Fair.
Me and Ellie all alone. Oh, speaking of Ellie. Oh, shit. 5.
So you awake?
4, 3. She's shaking. 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Javi.
Said Q.
And Robert.
I didn't remember. I said Jose.
Wheeljack is the answer.
Wheeljack.
Football
Can I
is
bring in
life.
Alex just for a quick sec?
Yes.
So in the Transformers wiki, Q in the original series of movies is Wheeljack. They don't call him Q in this one, and it's technically a different continuity. But I just wanted to know what you were thinking.
I wouldn't do it. And while I'm here, shave sides off the top. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Okay,
yeah,
fair enough. I just wanted to talk it through. Thanks.
Yep.
Now, I would like to take a second. Very quick.
Yeah, no worries, bud. All right. Next question is going to come to you in the category of DC. In Batman Begins, what type of weapon do Ducard and Bruce train with on the ice? One of the animals in Moo Ba La 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 is a cat. And it meows. That's exactly how I do it.
What are you talking about?
I read Ellie the book. Moo Ba La La La.
You
5,
mentioned that earlier
4,
before the match.
3, 2,
Okay.
1. Pens on. I'm going to bring up this book every match now. Let's go to Robert.
Swords.
And Javi, sorry.
Swords.
Swords is correct. We stay tied 5-5. Nick, what's next?
Your penultimate question comes in the category of Disney animation. And the question is, name one of the 2 Disney animated movies in which Phil Harris voices a bear.
That's a good question, Nick.
I'll tell the person who wrote it that you said so.
Please do.
Just watched one of these with my daughter the other day.
Nice.
I watched
Miss Rachel with my daughter today and wanted to blow my brains out.
We
5.
do that too, Tim.
Oh
We
my
do that
God,
too.
Robert! I need to talk to you more, man. 1, pens down. Let's go to Javi
Wooby Doo. I want to be like the Jungle Book.
and Robert.
The Jungle Book.
The Jungle Book is correct. The other option, of course, being Robin Hood. So, the final question of this round is in the category of Worlds of DC. At the beginning of Blue Beetle, Jaime and his sister get fired from their job working at what kind of location? Okay, I'm going to look into the future where I am hosting a match with too much alcohol in my system, and I definitely say Jamie at some point.
Yes, correct. I honestly thought that was this time.
You mean like that lady in the...
I've had one drink. What are you talking
No,
about?
no, I thought you were gonna do that this time. Not, alcohol related.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the movie. I watched the movie with captions, and watching that scene with captions is fucking hilarious. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Robert.
I wasn't sure exactly how you want. I said cleaning crew at a mansion.
And Javi.
A house or estate at a mansion.
I would accept both of those answers. So 7-7 is the score coming out of round number 1. Is that what you have now?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, we're going to move into round number 2. How's it going to work?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 Fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. They'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like check down to multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1. Be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Tim, along with Aquaphor, what is on the wheel today?
Yes, this wheel brought to you by Aquaphor. Do you have a wife with dry hands? I do. So the categories are creature features, Wizarding World, horror icons, Marvel, Disney Animation, Worlds of DC, DreamWorks Animation, and Law and Order. Because we are tied, we will go to Robert first, as you are the higher ranked player. Robert, would you like to spin first or defer to Javi?
So how are you feeling right now?
I'm okay. I could go either way. I probably just
Because
or what do you?
yeah, because I think you could do with a bit of a breather. So I would say let Javi go first.
Yeah, well, we will defer.
Okay, we will bring in Mr. Martinez. This is going to be the spin for Javi. This spin brought to you by Scream Factory, essential feature films and series.
Nice.
And it lands on opponent's choice.
Fantastic.
We'll
I
say
will take
bye to
that.
Mr. Martinez. We will bring back in Kaiser. And do you guys need the list of categories again?
I think we're good. I mean, the obvious thing would be to do horror, but
No, you don't have to then.
I would say either that or creature features, to be honest.
do you think? I'm just worried a
think
little bit about.
I would say horror icons would probably be the best choice. I doubt
that's
yes.
It's
Yes,
probably the
probably
best
with it.
choice of
Yeah.
what's on here.
Yeah.
I would think. Yeah, horror,
Yep.
please.
Horror icons.
Okay.
Great.
Nick, would you please go ahead and read Javi his questions in the category of horror icons?
Gladly, Javi, are you prepared for your questions in the category of horror icons? Great. Your first question. Which Halloween film features someone receiving text message warning from a person watching Michael's attack?
Five.
Halloween Resurrection.
That's correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who directed Friday the 13th, the final chapter?
Okay, so it's 2 things I don't like, horror and data, so I will go multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Adam Marcus, B, Steve Miner, C, Joseph Zaito, or D, David Gordon Green?
C.
C is correct for 1 point.
Hooray!
Could it be Zitto?
Zitto, could be.
Zito.
No.
Zito? I don't know. You got it. Hooray. However, your third question. In 2010's A Nightmare on Elm Street, Quentin steals adrenaline to keep him and Nancy awake from what kind of location?
I'll go multiple.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, drugstore, B, hospital, C, a neighbor's house, or D, an ambulance?
A.
A is incorrect. Robert, chance for the 1 point steal. Your options again are A, drugstore, B, hospital, C, neighbor's house, or D, ambulance.
Ambulance.
That is unfortunately also incorrect. We're looking for B, hospital.
Okay.
All right, Javi, we'll move to your penultimate question in horror icons. What is the last name of the family who bought Crystal Lake in the original Friday the 13th, who Pamela claims to be an old friend of?
The Christies.
That is correct for 2 points.
Big 2 points there for Javi.
And Javi, your final question. What type of weapon does Tommy Doyle use in the final fight against Michael in Halloween Kills?
A baseball bat.
And that is correct for 2 more points in the end of Javi's round 2.
Wow, so we did get a miss in there, Nick, but otherwise, Javi making his way through that, hitting some big points, getting his total up to 14. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, so we're going to bring back the wheel and Kaiser. This is going to be the spin for Robert. It lands on Law and Order. Robert, would you like to keep that or spin again?
So I know you missed that round 1 question, but in general, how fresh are you on Law and Order?
I'm okay. I think I probably should take it to avoid the bad stuff, and I can keep it close at the very worst.
Okay.
I think.
How many categories do you think are better for you than Law and Order on this particular week?
2 or 3.
I think you can get like perfect or close to perfect in Law and Order, so I trust you.
All right, we're gonna take Law and Order.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Robert, I'll be giving you your questions in the category of Law and Order. Are you ready?
Sure.
Your first question. Which Law and Order film features the main villain using a different voice and pretending to be someone else when meeting the main hero in person for the first time?
Die Hard.
That is correct for 2 points.
Turning blue. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Okay. Your second question. Who plays the main villain, Arjen Rudd, in Lethal Weapon 2?
Joss Auckland.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. In Beverly Hills Cop 2, in what specific kind of location does Axel first meet Carla Fry?
Multiple, please.
All right, your options are A, a police station, B, grocery store, C, shooting range, or D, gas station.
Shooting range.
That is correct for 1 point. Your fourth question. At the end of Bad Boys for Life, it is revealed that Rita has been promoted to what rank?
Captain.
That is correct for 2 points in a tie game. And your final question, Robert, in the category of Law and Order. In Rush Hour 3, the main villain Kenji dies in what city?
Paris.
That is correct for 2 more points and the lead, bringing Robert's total up to 16 to Javi's 14. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
Very close game. As we get into round number 3, how is that going to work, Nick?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Once the players hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question correct, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions? We get into round number 3. Go team.
All right, the first category you can bet points on is Jimmy B, James Bond. Let's get bets, starting with Robert.
2, why not?
All right. And Javi.
Well, I don't like it, but I'm going to go with 1 at least.
All right. Your question in the category of Jimmy B, James Bond is, with what type of weapon is the main villain Christosos killed in with In For Your Eyes Only? That was a oofta.
His name is Christatos, and also you said with at the beginning of the sentence, so you didn't need it again.
Yeah, you're right.
The end there. So
Right, Jamie.
that was good.
We call that a bring back.
Yeah. We
We
no,
bring
we don't. We call it a callback.
The other thing I could do is shave my head like Koho.
Okay.
5, 4.
Only if you,
Alex is giving me the no.
only if you glue it
One.
to your.
Hands down. Jesus Christ. We're going to start with Robert.
Is that a knife?
And Javi.
Holy crap, a knife?
Knife is
Holy
correct.
crap.
So Robert will gain 2 points, goes up to 18. Javi gains 1, goes up to 15. It's now a 3-point game. What's the next category, Nick?
Next category you can bet points on is Star Trek.
Let's get bets starting with Javi.
2.
And Robert.
2.
Nick, what's the question?
Your question is, which crew member takes the transport with Kirk to the Enterprise for the first time in Star Trek the Motion Picture?
That's what plays when they're...
Oh, it should.
I
Can
mean,
you
that would be good.
No, the score for this movie is like the best part of the movie.
It's fair.
I like the visuals.
Jerry Goldsmith fun.
Yeah,
wouldn't know,
fine. The
because
visuals are good too.
Every
One.
time I watched it, I
Yeah.
skipped over a lot.
I fast forward through that scene every single time. Javi
Scotty?
and Robert.
Scotty.
Scotty is correct. 20-17. Great year for film. Your next category is YA. Let's get bets starting with Robert
2.
and Javi.
2.
All right, your question in the category of YA. Which YA film features a gun that shoots darts that feel like real bullets?
That's a lot of emphasis.
When things get tense, I enunciate. The macaw is in the building. I can hear her heels.
Yeah.
Talons, if you will.
Oh, of course, yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Robert
It's a Divergent.
and Javi.
I'm Divergent.
Divergent is the correct answer. 22-19. So close. There are 2 questions remaining. Nick, what's the next category?
Penultimate category you can get points on is the MCU.
Let's get bets starting with Javi.
Well, I think Robert's gonna bet 0, so maybe this is when I make up ground.
And Robert.
2.
Dang it, foiled.
All right. So if both players hit or both players miss, Robert will win. If Javi hits but Robert misses, we will move on to the final question with Javi in the lead. Nick, what is the question?
Your question is, who plays Dugan, the bowler hat wearing member of the Howling Commandos in Captain America, the First Avenger?
Congrats, Robert.
When was the last time you avenged something?
I was playing Wii tennis earlier, and it was like their names were like Mila and Eco or something, and they beat me, and then I whipped them.
Javi
Neil McDonough.
and Robert.
He's part of my fraternity. Neil McDonough.
Neil McDonough is correct, and your winner is Robert Castner. Final score here of 24-21. Listen, Nick, Javi kind of came in underselling himself. Like, oh, I'm gonna lose. Like, I said at the beginning, I think Javi's got something up his sleeve. Like, I don't know if it was luck, what it was, but he spun opponent's choice, took Robert to the second to the last question. I think this is a great performance from both players. Robert came to play. I think he missed like a couple questions in round 1, but otherwise he hit everything. This was a great game. Fantastic Fandom match.
Absolutely. No, Robert's having a killer year. Already put up a great MVP performance in the last one standing. And now he's moving on to a contender match. So great stuff. Javi also, I think, is on the up, even though he didn't win today. He challenged for a team's belt at the end of last year. And he had to start off by playing someone who's clearly on a hot streak. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Javi does with the rest of the season. But congrats to Rob.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to move into post-match interviews right now.
Javi, Great performance, sincerely. I would say this game is 90% mental, or really, when you think about it, 100% mental, because I guess you have to be able to write, so maybe like 1% physical. But I guess it's like 90% mental, knowing trivia, and maybe a 9% like fucking with your opponent a little bit. Was your strategy to come in and undersell yourself so that Robert felt as though the pressure was on him, or do you actually think you're not good at this?
I don't think I'm not good at this. I just think Robert's better at this than I am. Also, you know what? I lost, but like, golly, if I played like this in all my matches, I'm gonna win at least one of them, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I did better than I thought I would. Horror Icon sucks. Yeah, rip the dream of potentially me and Cameron meeting up in a contenders match. I'm gonna still help him prep to get to that contenders match. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know why I'm talking because Alex is here.
Alex, thoughts on Javi's performance? Was the blue fading in and out of blue a strategy?
Well, I'll tell you what we really have to do is we have to get Javi to stop doing this killer Michael Cera impression. It's not helping his game at all. I do like the blue. It gives him a nice mood lighting. Robert did an amazing job, and that's just what it is. 21 points is a fantastic score. 24, I think you'll find slightly better. I think that's really where we went wrong. Not scoring 20, at least 5, I think, would have been
great.
What we were aiming for. Next time.
For sure. Javi, I think you did great. Can't wait to see you back. I think this is going to be a good year for you, and this should be a good a thing you take away as a good thing. So congratulations on a match well played, and we'll see you next time.
Gracias.
Robert, I said it after the match. It's officially, this is the third thing Fandom has released. And you've kicked ass in 2 of the 3 things, and the third thing that you didn't kick ass in, you weren't in. So,
who knows?
Setting yourself up to have one hell of a year, and you're finding yourself in a contender match for the first time. And I promise it'll be just you and one other person, because the only person who could show up and make it 3 people is you.
Oh, it's me. That's right.
So
Good.
that won't happen. Robert, you won today against Javi. Put up a great fight, but I think you're playing the way you need to play if you want to make it to that title. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel really good. The stuff I missed, like the horror icons miss, I thought it was drugstore. I thought I remembered it incorrectly, and then I was like, well, the hospital, that seems weird. Everything else, like, I don't feel necessarily that bad about missing because it's stuff I haven't seen in a minute. But otherwise, I mean, Javi was game. The reason I won this match is because my strategy was good, and I kept to that strategy. I told Jake/Kaiser I just didn't want Javi's strengths necessarily on a first spin. I should take anything else to avoid it. And that worked out, given what would have happened necessarily. I usually like to bet 2 because I get a little bit nervous about not having the ball in my hand and not going for it. If I don't go for it, I feel like I left something on the table. And had I done that, we would have went to the last question. Who knows? But I kept betting. Fortunately, they were things I knew. Fortunately, that keeps coming up. Thank you, everybody who writes these matches, because it's helpful. So this was really just, Javi was incredible today. He plays himself down, but he's top 10 in the league easy. And I'm fortunate to get past. I was just fortunate that my strategy worked out, and I have a guy here who supports me as he does. So thank you guys as well.
Kaiser, thoughts on Robert's performance today and him moving on to a contender match? And actually, I'll tell you who he could be playing. He'll either be playing one of the other 2 bridesmaids, Ryan Payne or Cameron Holtzman, both who have never challenged for a singles title themselves. Kaiser, thoughts on the performance and which you think would be a better match for Robert?
Honestly, I think if you look at the whole performance by both Robert and Javi as a whole, except for round 2, which Javi spun open choice, like there was not much better that he could have done. It was an even game. The difference is in round 3, even though Robert was up, our strategy was to bet as aggressively as possible, because if you don't bet aggressively, 99 times out of 100, you will fucking regret it. So this is just what happened, and I'm glad that we stuck out with that strategy and he won us the game. As for Ryan and Cameron, these 2 players are like the North Pole and the South Pole. They are as different as can be. So I would say that our approach will be very different depending on who wins. My bet is on Cameron, but we'll prepare for both.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well said. Robert, congratulations on the win. We'll see you in your contender match soon, sir. Congrats.
Hell of a match, Nick. Robert and Javi playing fantastic. I'm excited to see whatever happens with both of them next. Obviously, we know Robert's moving on to that contender match. Who he's going to play, we don't know yet. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Javi does. I heard what he said from the background. I was conversing with the macaw, and I heard him say that, like, if I play this good, I'm bound to beat someone. I think Javi's bound to beat most people, but he just went up against Robert today, who's on a tear. So looking forward to what's next. Thank you so much for all of you for watching. Thank you to the players. Thank you to the managers. Thank you to Nick for writing this. I've been Tim. We'll see you next time with another match. Bye-bye.